Key, tempo, hey time, let's go.
We bring that real talk when it comes to sports, covering the news, giving you the truth. Nothing but that real on hoops in the league. All things NFL, we don't miss a thing. Getting with the coverage, we loving it all day. Picking up the news, tell us wherever the ball lay. With the NFL, NBA, they box so. Sports news in the hands of a man with fair takes. Tell them, coach, statistics and realness that's being spoke. Either hit it for the win or they hitting the goal posts. Either way, we woke up to the news of the day. Any Kenny could call it, he like to talk it out with Ray. Fast breaks down the lane, they better move out the way, or they pulling from perimeter. Curry bury the trade, yeah they got it. Woo! Duval with the hottest, Chris and Dev like the master, and mix it up like it's Logic being modest. They been looking for that real, trying to get it feel. Sports podcast, they running back on the real. That's a steal, yeah. They never sick, but they ill. Real sports talk going, deliver, signed and sealed. We bring that real talk when it comes to sports, covering the news, giving you the truth. Nothing but that real on hoops in the league. All things NFL, we don't miss a thing.
And we are live here on Real Talk. Got my man Dev out in the city, touching the ground, seeing what's going on in the urban community. You're seeing the ladies get it in. Shout out to Dev, coach with his jersey repping. No surprise there. Figured they would be front running as usual. Haven't heard from them in a while, and I guess it's time for all the jerseys and stuff to come out. But fellas, what's going on?
When we smacking on bums, but go ahead.
What was that?
I said it's always front running when we smacking on bums like the Commanders, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations. Congratulations. Doing great in the regular season. So exciting. But fellas, how we feeling? What's going on? Coach, how's the season?
It's up and down, which I expected going in. It's a young team. A bunch of guys that was on the bench last year didn't get a lot of minutes, so they're learning how to win. So we're 4-5. Probably should be maybe 5-4, or I don't know, 6-3 maybe. A couple breaks here and there. Lost a game by 2. Another game we was in down 4 with under 2 minutes left. So, that's how it goes. But I'm really enjoying the journey with them. They play hard, they compete, they share the ball, and when we shoot the ball well, we're pretty hard to defend. So we'll see what happens in the second half. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Well, definitely glad to hear that. Glad to see the team is coming along. Wanting to give people an update. NBA League Pass is half off, $50 for the rest of the year. So if you want to take advantage of that, this is not an ad, but if you're a fan like I am, it's a pretty good deal for the rest of the season. Also, we do have 2 games on tonight: Celtics, Cavs, Bulls, Heat. So some good stuff there. What would you say you've learned the most so far this year, Coach? Of your team?
That when we share the ball and when we play with pace, we're really dangerous, because pretty much I could put 5 shooters on the floor at any time, so we can space the ball out. I had one kid, Josh. Shout out to Josh Wolf. He hit 6 threes in the game. So but that's the other part. You live by the 3 and you die by the 3. So last night we died by 3. I think we shot like 5 for 22 last night or something like that. So that's how it goes. So yeah, man. But I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that my kids love to compete. They've taken on a challenge, and they got a chip on their shoulder because they didn't get a lot of minutes last year. So they're trying to prove that they belong on the court. And so I'm excited to see how far we can go.
Love to hear it. Dev, what's going on with you, sir? How things been? How you been? What your thoughts been thinking?
What's up, fellas, man? It's been a lot going on as far as my kids is now transitioning from sport to sport. My boys went from football, losing in the championship game, to now transitioning to basketball. Made the basketball team. This came out yesterday. Um, far as my daughter, she's now transitioned from high school game team to now playing rec league to now waiting to play winter league next month. So it's just been a lot going on. As far as my thoughts, my opinion, been on a little pause a little bit because, like I said, my kids been doing a lot of, transitioning. So I had to put a little pause on both podcasts, really. Um, so I'll be back up and running. Hopefully around Christmas time, I can give y'all a Christmas special. Um, so be aware on that one. But yeah, I just been really active with my kids in the past couple of weeks.
Do you coach your kids as well, Dev, or you just been watching them play?
I get them there a little one-on-one time. Once we outside of practices and games like that, I always set up one day a week of us, at least going through the fundamentals of what we went through in practice, whether it's on a weekday, weekend, what I mean. But yeah, I do work with them, not just only just put them in practice and let the coaches work with them. Whatever we learn in practice, we most definitely doing it on the one-on-one tip too.
That's what's up.
That's a bet. All right. Well, we've got caught up. Life has been lifing on my side. But we here, exciting times. Sports has been a little wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sports has
But
been a little wild.
what you been up to, Ray? Everybody else kind of recap what you been up to.
A lot of the same. Busy kids. My daughter is in orchestra. She had a concert not too long ago.
Very nice. What instrument?
She plays the viola. The viola.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
So yeah, she did that. What else? Kids growing, going into the Christmas holiday, got all my shopping done.
Nice.
I gotta say it. Got my Nicki Minaj tickets, man. Shout out to her. That album, man, that thing is all right with me. It's a couple joints ain't for me at all, but
Nicki album was cool.
I haven't checked it out yet. I'm late.
J. Cole got a verse on there. Really,
Okay.
really good song. Like
I'm
good
about to add it
song
right now.
quality. And then there's a bunch of other things depending on what you into. She has something for you. So I was impressed. So I got that coming up for my birthday. But that's not till next year. And other than that, man, just working, trying to get everything in order here at the crib. Christmas decorations is up and all that, but yeah, man, just being a dad for the most part.
Are you gonna get back to the Bond Chronicles?
Probably not at least not anytime soon. It's just the time for that. My work schedule changed, so now I get off later. I'm in the office starting in January, 4 days. So
oh wow,
it's just a bunch of stuff moving. So yeah, that's probably gonna chill out for a while. And or come back as a rebrand of some kind once our life kind of settles. Because she's trying to do some stuff, and it's just a lot. So we working through it.
No doubt.
Chris, I didn't think we'd see you.
Yeah,
he done snuck up in here.
Kenny called me out, man. I had to come represent. I had to come represent. I can't represent the Eagles, so at least I'm gonna represent another team that took some more L's and represent the Phillies, man. Because I don't even want to touch my Kelly Dream jersey. I hung it up. I hung up the jersey, man. The jersey's hanging up.
You gave up already?
No, I'm hanging it up until we win again. When we win again, I'll wear the jersey out. But until then, when I go out to watch these games at the bars, man, I'm just gonna wear all black, like the 49ers did to us.
Man,
yeah, that was
funeral clothes.
I didn't expect that. I ain't gonna hold y'all. But glad to have everybody back. It's good to see everybody's faces. We do have a game on tonight, if we want to call it that. Both backups. It's two backups, right? Two bums.
Two backups. Well, I want to call them bums.
Yeah, I don't do that.
But I'll say two backups.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all got to stop this. All right.
I wish
You
I
gotta
was
stop
near my podcast.
I only said that, man, because Parlay Chris is back.
going off.
Parlay
And
Chris
the
is
12th,
back.
and the 12th and the 15th man on the NBA roster will cook any regular player.
That's not
That's
the
a fact.
comparison. Duh. We grade NFL players
Or let's
by
just say,
NFL player standard. And
well,
by
let's just say
NFL quarterback
two
standard,
non-starters.
they some bum.
Two non-starters.
Yeah, what they-
But
These
they
guys
starting
won't
tonight,
start.
so they are
No, I'm saying
starters.
they're not a top 32 quarterback. Can we say that?
Definitely not.
Okay, let's say that then. You know, I don't want to call them bums now because I need them.
Listen,
But
y'all
they
don't
are-
have to
I need
call
I
them
need them
bums.
to make some throws
But
tonight
they
for
are-
the parlays, Dev.
But they are active quarterbacks for the night, so they is part of the 32 quarterbacks.
I need some yards to happen tonight, man.
I ain't even bet on this game, Chris. I was like, nah, I'm not betting on my money on backup. You talking about backup?
Yeah, I just put it was really all on the running backs, man, and hopefully, you know, Devontae Adams could just make life easier for this dude. That's all I need.
Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
shucks. I need him to get busy. I got Devontae Adams in fantasy.
I'm cooked in fantasy, man.
Oh man, it is a fantasy. I don't even know if I set my stuff. It's
I'm
playoffs.
cooked.
It's the playoffs.
I'm cooked. I didn't make the playoffs. I'm about to
made
sell
the
my team.
playoffs, I think in 3 out of the leagues I was in. But oh man, I got 2 people playing. Devontae. Oh, I got the Chargers defense. Why did I
Good
do
luck.
that? Oh boy.
Well,
Well, it might work out. If Devontae
might-
get a lot of catches and the Chargers get some interceptions, we in there. But wait, what the Chargers? Is that tonight? Is there 2 games on? Am I tripping?
There's just one on tonight.
Yeah, I'm
my
not
app
even
was
watching.
not
I'm
updated.
watching Cleveland and Boston on NBA.
Something's
TV.
wrong. I think my app was just tripping. I don't think I have those players. No. Why is it showing the Chargers and Raiders playing? Is that the game that's on? Am I on the wrong?
That's the game that's on, the Chargers and the Raiders, right?
No, they had the Bears and somebody on Amazon Prime. Like, that ain't the game. All right, now it is. All right, so I do have it right. I don't know if I want to start the Chargers defense, but we here now. We're gonna do what we got to do. So fellas, let's get into it. It's been a while. Wow, the Raiders coming out with the bomb. They should
Devontae Adams.
Nah, whoever 11 is, he ain't good. Well, he didn't play well on that play. Let me do the politically correct thing.
Yeah, let's be politically.
He's a
correct,
rookie
man.
named Tucker. He probably got like 6 catches this year. It's probably a bum, but nonetheless.
Wild.
Like, what is you doing? The ball hit you in the leg. You got I don't know. But let's get to it. There's been a lot going on in NFL and in the NBA, specifically this in-season tournament. So we're going to get into it, what we thought about it, what we thought about the winner, what we thought about the celebrations, what we think going forward. So we're going to unpack this in-season tournament now that I don't think we really talked about it. We weren't really on when it started, and it's now over. So we got a chance to really see it play most of itself out, or played all of itself out. Coach, I'll start with you. Initial thoughts on the in-season tournament, what you thought, what you think the NBA thought, just now that it is over.
I think the production value of it was really good. I like the way they did the cross the pre and post game shows between the TNT and ESPN. I thought that was pretty dope. And I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't see a whole lot of the games. I only saw the championship. I just caught highlights of everything else. But my biggest takeaway is what we talked about in the chat is that Miles Turner just got destroyed by AD. So that was my biggest takeaway.
Chris, your thoughts on the in-season?
I was a fan. I think I got to tip my hat off. Well, I know I got to tip my hat off to the NBA that I'm silver with his in-season tournament. A lot of people talk about how October, November, early December is kind of boring for basketball, which it is. And this gave me a reason to really tune in, use my league pass that I got free from FanDuel. Shout out FanDuel. they giving out free league passes. So I'm sitting here watching every single game. And,
Wait,
I'm
how
watching
you get the
teams.
free league pass? So I ain't got to spend $50.
Oh, well, they had a promo. You make a $5 bet and you'll get league pass for about 3 months. So I've been using that.
Oh,
So
3 months. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but 3
No,
months
you
is
do that
still
3 months at a time.
Yeah.
Cover the whole season.
exactly.
Oh, you can get multiple 3 months.
Well, I'm a bootlegger somehow, some way. But watching teams like the Pelicans, I was watching the Pacers all year because I saw how fast their offense was, and I've been a fan of Halliburton, and so watching them progress and watching them do what they did in the in-season tournament, I wasn't surprised because they're a young team that likes to play fast. I think it was a huge success. Going forward, if they do this next year, which I hope they do, I want to see them split it up, because in the regular playoffs is always East versus West. How about in this group play, let's get a mix of, mix it between East and the West teams. So you might get a Lakers and a Clippers in the in-season tournament final, or you might get the Celtics versus the Bucks, or the Celtics versus the Knicks in the in-season tournament final. So if they do it again next year, I would like to see them mix it up. But overall, man, I think this was a huge success. Obviously, it's going to be some growing pains and them things to reflect on. But I think all teams that were in the tournament and the final was amazing. And I have no regrets. Hope the NBA has no regrets. Shout out to the Lakers for winning this. I think last thing I'm going to say, I think people kind of hating, that the Lakers won it. They're not reacting like how they would if any other team won it because it's the Lakers and it's LeBron. Everybody know if it was the Celtics or if it was the Bucks or if it was the Clippers or the Suns, everybody would be reacting different. But because it was LeBron and because it was the Lakers, I see a lot of people flip-flopping their views on it. I'm just saying, right? I was seeing people on Twitter. I should have took the screenshots. 1 minute they're praising the tournament, then when the Lakers win, they're hating on it. It just doesn't make no sense.
No, they're hating on them having a champagne celebration.
Oh, why not?
Too much.
Because this is
Why
a
not?
joke.
You
You
It
got
don't mean
$500,000,
nothing.
man. Why not?
Too much.
D'Angelo Russell said that's going to cover his next 3 vacations.
That's him. He had multiple contracts in the NBA. He's been in the NBA for almost a decade.
You want to tell me the sob story about the 4 guys they got $500,000?
Sob story. I'm not saying no sob story. I'm just saying they might not.
Devontae! Oh!
He got a touchdown?
No, but
I don't care.
it looks like he's going to be heavily targeted. I think he has at least 5 targets on the first drive.
100%.
Let's go.
But yeah, to wrap it up, man, I think this was dope. I love what NBA did. Just next year, either push it back maybe a month, and then push it back a month so teams could get warmed up and get used. Especially when you got new teams. That's funny right there. Haven't even played 30 games. That's what
Yeah,
it's I agree with you, John. Push it back a month and switch it up because I would love to see 2 Eastern or 2 Western Conference teams playing against each other in the final. Since we're not getting in the regular playoffs, let's have some fun with this.
Dev, your thoughts before I give my 2 cents.
I got mixed feelings on it. I like the idea of pushing it back because I think during that in-season tournament, you was kind of competing with NFL, especially in the heart of the NFL season. Secondly, like I said, it boosts ratings. It gave the NBA some relevance during the early part of the season. You didn't see a lot of guys sitting out games or anything of that nature. You've seen stars actually play the games for these people to come to pay the tickets and us to be paying for the league pass. So that was great. But my thing is when you crown the champion during the middle of the season, championship, but you kind of, like I said, the champagne celebration, the hanging the banner, and all that other good stuff is like,
too much.
Why? That's too much because now we're forgetting the Denver Nuggets are the team with the targets on their back. That's the team that won the ultimate goal last year, not the team that won the beginning of the season, the first quarter of the season. That's not enough to hang the banner on. I know I'm a Laker fan. I should be one of the Laker fans like another. Put up the same.
I think we losing you, Dev.
Yeah, he's breaking up.
Breaking up. Get some Wi-Fi. Get some Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the hot spot.
All right.
But now I'm with him. Bro. Go ahead, buddy.
All right. Bang on Dev. Woo! Dev stinking it up like Lamar Jackson. Anyway, how do I do this? There you go. Get those kids out of here. No, I'm just actually touchdown Raiders. I looked away. It was not Devontae. 12 plays, 68 yards.
That's
Heck
impressive.
of a drive starter. And it's a dude they won't put his name on. White. I don't know who that is.
One of the backups.
But here's my thing. From a network marketing money side, knocked it out the park. I think they drew up interest. How much money they made versus how much they spent. I'd be curious to know that balance sheet because they spent a lot of money. And I'm sure they got it in Amazon or somebody's going to try and actually, Kenny, remind me to talk about that when we get to the fight topic, the Amazon Prime deal.
Gotcha.
And I just seen Tiafimo's has a fight announced and somebody else, but we'll touch on that in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's too convoluted. Like the in season, the playoff or the play-in tournament is rather simple. 7 through 10, 7 and 10 play, 8 and 9 play, winners move on, boom. Nice and simple. If they're trying to give away playoff spots because you won some game 20 games into the season, like I get you want to combat nobody watching your games. But for me, I would be curious, and I haven't seen what were the ratings in it. Like, I know the championship game was probably nice, but that was on, I think, a Saturday night, right? I think Alabama, Georgia was on, or some other big game was on. And
SEC championship, maybe?
I think it was. Or I think that was the night before Selection Sunday, I guess. I don't know what they call it for the NCAA. So
no, wasn't it the Heisman?
Was it the Heisman?
I think it was the Heisman because there was a fight going on that
yeah,
night.
It was there was like where I was at, we had multiple TVs and it was on one of the TVs, but I know there was something else big that was going on. I can't remember. I apologize. But the way the scheduling was, it screwed all my fantasy basketball up. Let me tell you that. Because it would go multiple days in a week where there's 2 games on. So then the end of it was they played on a Sunday or Saturday. So by Friday, the week was over. Like, screwed up my fantasy. Like, I get the idea. I do like Chris's idea of making it more mixed, but most teams are just, we know they're not training like that. They're not practicing. So it's almost like preseason. So now through preseason, as we can really round it into shape, these games count. Like, I don't think we got the best basketball. I didn't see much of any defense from most of anybody. It was rather entertaining, but I don't know. I think they got to refine it a little bit. And it was great because, like, the last game, it was like the last game or the quarterfinals was like the fourth quarter of the All-Star game. But the first couple games, teams was losing to nobodies. Like, players was resting. Like, some teams took it serious, and not LeBron James, the champion of the NBA. Of course, he's going to take it serious because he wants a team in Vegas. So, good business. But yeah, I mean, I knew about Halliburton. It was good to see him, but I didn't love.
I will say, I think the top teams took it serious. The ones that really are championship contenders. Denver was dealing with injuries. I mean, it wasn't much they could do. They were dealing with injuries most of this in-season tournament. Jamal Murray was out sometimes. Aaron Gordon missed sometimes. Yeah, but the Celtics, they ended up losing to the Pacers, a game they could have won. You know, and I knew they took it serious once they did Hacker Drummond up 30-something. That's how you can tell they were taking it, which was dumb. That's one of the things they need to take away, that whole point thing. But they were taking it serious. They just happened to lose a good game against the Pacers. but I saw them take it serious. I saw the Bucks take it serious. The Suns to me took it serious. They were battling with injuries. Shout out to Kevin Durant, by the way. But
We seen the Bucks
yeah.
take everything serious lately, huh?
There
That's
you go.
funny. That's
Wasn't
funny.
me.
That's funny. It couldn't have been me. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Couldn't have been me. That's why they got James Johnson. You ain't messing with Halliburton no more.
That's a fact. So I'm open to it. I'll be curious in 3 to 5 years what this looks like. And here's the last part, because Kenny, you touched on the champagne part. These jokers that they're gonna put up a banner for the in-season tournament in LA.
Yes, in the next home game, we're gonna be putting up a stupid banner for this in-season tournament.
A banner so they can. It's like high school where you have one joint and they just each year they update when you win. Like what? That's just too much. It's corny. It's not authentic. It's forced. Down. Too much. Like they're shoving it down my throat.
It's like going. It's like going to the club, order some Hennessy, and you find out it's iced tea.
Somebody would have to fight. That was the other part. Wonder by these playoff spots of teams that finish top 4 with load managers even more now. That's my issue. If you guarantee a playoff spot, like at that point, I'm definitely resting my people most of the year. Like as long as we ain't, violating the rule.
But isn't that kind of giving it an NCAA vibe where you have to get your automatic bid because you win a conference tournament?
You should get that from winning your division for the whole year, not because
I know. I'm just saying that's what I think what the goal is.
Bro,
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I'm just trying to,
Oh, balls out. Pause. Raiders, I think, recovered a fumble. Who I got the Chargers defense? Oh, this is about to be bad. Raiders are.
Boy, that pause came out fast.
Wait.
This is gonna be an ugly night. It looks like. I think I'm 11-2 or 12-2 in this league, and I'm about to fool around and mess up.
That's when it happens. When you have
backup quarterback,
it's that those are the ones. When you win championships, I know the championships that I've won. I've gotten off the terrible starts and it just came on late. The ones where I was rolling from the beginning to end, most times I wound up losing in the first round.
Yeah, I'm 11-2 playing the 8-5 team, and we're gonna see what happened. But the Chargers are not where it's at right now. And this bum at quarterback, like I said, he barely got touched. But Max Crosby about to knock his head off. So should be a good night. But yeah, I think they definitely have room to improve the in-season tournament. So I'm optimistic that they will make the adjustments, but I just don't know. how that works long term for the league. The next part, speaking of the league, actually, no, we don't have this on here. And I'll allow people, I guess, the option to opt out because we never talked about the Josh Giddey situation. And I know that's not on the note. So again, I'll let people, if y'all want to touch on it, that's fine. No pun intended. But the reason I got there is because of the the Draymond situation. And the Draymond situation and his punishment. And then John Morant. Have y'all been watching this John Morant trial?
Free John Wick. I'm telling you right now, his first game back, he better play in Memphis, and he's putting up 40. He's putting up 40. Free John Wick, man.
They said the attorney asked him to punch him today.
Oh my God. Like what? Man? Like when did he ever punch anybody get in trouble? Why is he showing you how to throw a punch?
Like they asked, is your jewelry real?
If he didn't prove that he punched that kid, they ain't gonna prove that he hit this lady, man. It's like,
man, free John Wick, man. Free John Wick.
What are we doing? our justice system, like I don't know if
It's
you followed the Young Thug trial. The judge brought a dog to court. Like our legal systems are
Come
mess.
on, man. They pushing peace, man. Pushing peace.
Lord, today,
Pushing
yeah,
peace.
all them stupid acronyms, but God
Hey,
bless.
watch
I
out
believe
now. Don't mess with the animals. You don't want the
You don't want
animal
the
rights people.
No,
on the
you
back.
cannot
either
bring
of them.
your dog to my
You
court
seen
case.
You seen Jurassic World. You can't be talked about these animals.
Chill out.
My life is at stake. Leave your dog at home. Like you're distracted.
Yeah, but some
No,
people,
get that judge out of
some
here.
people, you have those for the what do you call it? The companion, the comfort animals.
Even more of a reason why you shouldn't be a judge. How are you judging people's lives and you need an emotional support dog?
That's it. I couldn't think of it.
The Bulls
Oh,
were
I
up
lied.
real quick though. Go ahead, bro.
They was Tucker, the guy said was trash, just called a touchdown. Trey Tucker.
The
So it looks
Bulls
like
were
everybody's going to score. What's going to happen is everybody's going to score. The Chargers going to get crushed, and Devontae
Yeah.
Adams won't be the one to get the touchdowns
100%.
because it's 14-0. Like,
Stop teaching my
I
man.
can't stand that.
The Bulls were up
Oh,
33 to
my
8.
man.
They were up
Oh, he was
33 to
wide
8.
open.
And that was 58 to 52.
Because the Bulls suck. Shout out to. No, I'm
I
just
mean,
kidding.
yeah, you know, Zach LaVine's about to be a Laker soon, but I'm just saying that's crazy.
Like,
To
just
being
trade
up
my man. Like, leave him alone.
25 to now being up 60. He's about to be a Laker. He's about to be a Laker.
Everybody want to be a Laker, allegedly. But I believe when I
Yeah.
see it. And I don't think y'all just won the in-season tournament. Or
They want
just
those
won the
in-season tournament championship rings.
Oh, he didn't catch it. He juggled it. I told you it was a bum.
Listen,
That should have been a touchdown. And then he one, didn't drag the foot. Amateur hour. Good. Should have threw it to Devontae. That's all I'm saying about that. But yeah, I guess I'll start Draymond and Kenny. I think you might have been out, but I said there's been a bunch of cases I wanted to kind of get through. So your thoughts on? I'll just do it this way: Draymond's history and the way he was handled.
Okay.
Ja Morant and his situation and how he was handled, and then Josh Giddey's situation and Adam Silver saying we don't act while there's an investigation going on, and how he handled Josh Giddey. I think the obvious statement we all can conclude is race, but outside of that, how do y'all think Adam Silver has handled this? I'll start with you, Chris.
Well, starting off with Draymond. Oh man, I wish Draymond was on Philadelphia, man. I mean, we got a Pat Bev, but Draymond, man, first ballot Hall of Famer, yeah. Now, what he did with Rudy Gobert, I understood that. Now, but this right here, you gotta chill, Draymond. I ain't gonna lie. You might be suspended till my birthday, brother. My birthday's in March. Because you just keep getting in situations. First, you put a dude in a sleeper hold,
choke them out,
and then you hit somebody with a punch. So this is just a little foreshadowing to my answer to the next question. This is a little foreshadowing to my answer, for a question coming up a little later about what you put in the chat. But yeah, man, Draymond is out here acting wild, suspended indefinitely. You punch somebody in the face on live TV, man. Now, granted, it wasn't. I was talking about this to my friends. It wasn't one of the ones like this. He hit him like this. It looked like he hit him like this. So it didn't do a lot.
It was almost like a back punch.
Yeah, well, it looked like he was really swinging his arms. It did look intentional, but it wasn't really how he hit Jordan Poole.
No,
it wasn't like that. Nurkic did a little bit of selling, as he should at that point. You punch me in the face, I'm falling to the ground. I need all that. But yeah, Draymond's situation, man, it's tough. I think he's going to be suspended 20-25 games at least. It's just honest, man. This is your second incident in the past 2 months. In the past month, and keep happening on that. Was this a national game or was this just a game? It wasn't broadcasted on NBA TV.
It was a national game.
It was like, oh yeah, see, come on,
it was against
Draymond.
the Suns.
Come on, Draymond. Yeah, it's looking rough out here for you, my friend. Yeah, so first ballot Hall of Famer, but his actions, he's one of the only people in the NBA that's still playing like this compared to how they did back in the day. And it's at to the point where I wouldn't be surprised if the NBA tries to push him out if he keeps doing this. Sadly.
Wow.
Sadly. I don't want it to happen, but if you're the only one that's choking people out, doing this, doing that, granted, us as true basketball fans love it, but you're the only one doing it. Move out the way so I can get somebody in here shooting threes. That's how the NBA and these kids want to do. They don't want to see Draymond.
Oh,
They don't want to
Lord.
see hard scrapping. They want to see 3-point shooting and dunks. You'll be being honest. So hopefully Draymond, and I don't agree with people saying he needs to seek help and all that stuff. I think that's a little bit too far. When I
I
think Kevin
mean,
Durant said it and Nurkic talking about he needs some help. He doesn't need no help. I
yes,
thought
he
that
does.
was extreme. You said you think he needs help?
Yes, I think he's out of control. I think that this is now 3 incidents in less than a year, and he's in denial because from the beginning he was saying, "I'm gonna keep being Draymond. I'm gonna keep being Draymond." So he didn't even see that he had an issue, and so like every time that you get triggered, the first thing you do is you swinging. So that's not, and it wasn't even that big of a play. Like
No, I agree with you. It didn't make no sense of why he swung. I
that's
don't.
my that's the
This
point for
one,
me
yeah,
that he's out of control.
this one, I don't like what happened on this one compared to the Rudy Gobert. The Rudy Gobert situation, I don't think was as bad. This situation, this was uncalled for. So that's why I say he might be suspended till
But
my birthday
but
because
you know
I
what
can't remember the
though?
last time somebody got punched in the face. It's been a while. It's been since that brawl. I think that brawl that happened with the Lakers and the Rockets. I think that's the last time. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when Rondo and Chris Paul were fighting. And I can't remember how many games they were suspended, but that's the last time I can remember somebody really being punched in the face.
But yo, his new name is Senior Sneak because every time he's sneaking guys. He
Yeah,
snuck Jordan Poole, he
yeah.
snuck
Well,
Gobert, and he snuck Nurkic.
I'm not going to say he snuck Poole.
Yeah, he snuck Poole.
He ain't snuck some bonus when he stepped on his chest.
He definitely didn't. He told that man get that joint back in blood. What the little kids in him be saying.
Hey, oh wow,
Nah,
okay, that's about the only one though. But the rest of
Yeah,
them, he's always it's a sneak attack.
yeah,
So
it
like,
is.
I'm not buying the whole Draymond Green tough guy act. I think it's more so. I think it's more hype than it is reality.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that. I think it's reality.
I'm
I
looking
think
at
I
it
think
like
it's
this.
reality.
The man knows that this is his last chance of making any type of NBA money.
True.
That last contract that he just got, that's it. It's nothing else. What else? Draymond has not improved not one bit throughout his NBA career. He got the ball being the defensive player 1 year. And what else did Draymond have done? He's been on a team that has been. Don't get me wrong. Yes, he's the point forward. He's the guy that
You
has
got it,
the
Jay.
keep. You know what I mean? That keeps the offense, keeps the going.
Hmm.
Stuff like that. But at the same time, what have Draymond developed in his career? That jumper has never gotten better. He never worked on his mid game. His
Man,
total points has never went up. Has never crossed a 50. How you in the NBA? You never averaged 15 throughout the whole year.
Wait,
Like,
wait,
you know
wait,
what I
wait.
mean?
Hold on. I think he did before
You
Kevin Durant got there. Let me do some research. But
yeah, do some research on me real quick. But you gotta sit here and think, where did Draymond has developed at? Draymond has been hanging on this tough guy at I'ma walk these lines, I'ma make sure that we don't get bullied for the last couple of years. And then other than that, what do Draymond Green has to offer?
okay, I got the numbers. The year before Kevin Durant got here, he averaged 14, about basically 14, 10, and 8. Um,
That's
and
decent numbers.
that was his best year. And to me, that was the year I thought Draymond was because remember what he did in the finals in Game 7. I'm like, whoa,
Right.
whoa.
But
And
like you
so
say,
and then after that, I'm with you. Everything got worse after that.
yeah,
His 3-point percentage went from 38 to 30, and then it hasn't been above 31% since then. I mean, this year he's shooting 42%, but I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
shoot 42%.
he's shooting every other
He's not.
game,
He's
and
not
when
there though.
yeah, so it's like he hasn't been the same. What is 2023, 2024? He hasn't been the same since the 2015, 2016, 16 season, in my opinion. The defense and the quote unquote grittiness that he brings has been there, but as far as offense and making a team better, ever since Kevin Durant's left, man, it's just I'm with you. I'm with you, Dev. I'm with you.
That's
He
why.
hasn't really him and Klay Thompson. It's a crazy stray at Klay Thompson, but them two guys right there, they have not improved their game ever. They just been the
Who's
same since they came into the league.
who's regressed more, Draymond or Clay?
Um,
I'm gonna say Draymond for me. Draymond's not there. He's never in the game no more.
I,
At
I
least
got
Clay shows up for cardio.
I gotta say, man, it's tough. I want to say Clay because if he's not shooting a three, if he's not making a jump shot, he's ineffective. You know, Draymond, at least he's still a very good defender. He's still a playmaker. But at the same time, it's just he's such a liability on offense now. I mean, he's getting better this year. He's been more. He has his moments, I would say, but he's such a liability on offense. It's tough. But Clay, man, if Clay's not hitting that jump shot, it's just like, brother, why are you on the court at this point? He still can't dribble. You know, we used all these jokes about Jaylen Brown, how he can't dribble left. Clay can barely dribble right. So it's like,
But
you
you
know,
gotta remember, Clay was never the dribbling type guy. He
but
was
yeah,
off
but
the
that's what I
screen,
mean.
quick shooter.
Where is the improvement at all these years? Where
But
is
you
the
gotta
improvement?
say, but you gotta say and think though, Clay Thompson never really, other than him scoring 30-something points in the third quarter, what did Clay really set the ball for?
No,
He
I
never
mean
really set the ball for himself.
he
But
was
for
he was like
Draymond,
he
for
was
you
a
to go,
shooter.
but for Draymond to be defensive player of the year, supposed to be your captain and all this other stuff, how can you not? How can you be the so-called second top dog if you not averaging 15 in your career?
I know I agreed with you with that on Draymond regression since that the year before KD got there, he hasn't been the same. I agree with you on that. But I just want to throw that straight at Klay Thompson because I mean he's a bag seller.
I apologize for the technical difficulties. Sports guys didn't want to hear what I had to say, but I'm back. I've been on this train for like at least 2, probably 3 years now. I said before they gave Jordan Poole his money, trade them bums.
I give you your credit,
You
Rachel. I mean,
you've been on that one.
You've been on that one.
You've been on the trade Clay train.
You've been on, yeah.
They have been washed. And Draymond, he got something mental going on in his head. Like, I don't know what's wrong with him, but like, if you don't want money, you can just give it to me. Like, if you don't like getting paid and keeping it in your pocket, I will gladly take it. Like, you can probably, for the amount he's going to get fined, you can fake hit me. Like, I'll just do it. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, there are children watching. You have kids. That's never acceptable on any court in any part of this world. Like, what are we doing? Are you throwing a fit like you don't want to play? So now you're suspended? For what? Like, it's nauseating to have to watch the greatest point guard of all time deal with these losers that are dragging him down the same way others have been drugged down. The same way Jonathan Majors was trying to be drugged down by that woman is the same way Draymond and Clay are trying to bring Steph down.
That was a crazy.
Why
comparison.
isn't he lifting them up?
Some things.
Let's not turn this into a Steph Curry thing. Let's not do that.
My point is,
Too late.
Let's not turn this into a Steph Curry brand. You know, let's be.
It's too late. It's too late. He already on the Steph Curry.
It's not about that. It's about management. And Bob Myers leaving it this way And
It's
Dunleavy
everybody's
Jr.
fault except for Steph. Go
Now
ahead.
let's not do this, man. I'm not trying to talk about
He
stuff.
keep trying to bring him in.
I'm
I'm
not
leaving
trying
him
to
out.
talk about stuff.
This is a disaster. And it's because of loyalty. And I get it. All the time when teams are cutthroat and they just get rid of the people at the end of their career, and it's that's so sad. This is why they do that. So you don't end up paying these bums all this money for what they did 5 years ago. Clay ain't been good in like 6 years. Maybe not 6 years.
No, Clay
4
last
years.
good season was the season before he
Since he tore his ACL
which
in
was
Toronto,
about 4 years ago.
he ain't been to him. He been masquerading, and he's an idiot to turn down that contract. 2 years, they said 80-something, 82 million or 42 million or something, 48.
Yeah, he is
You're
crazy.
an idiot.
Last year he was playing good though.
No, he wasn't. I
He
watched
had
it.
stretches. He had stretches.
He was trash.
He was streaky.
Yeah,
I'll give you streaky.
I would say he's playing way better than he is this year, is what I'm gonna say. He was definitely streaky, but this year he's not even bad. He's not even
liability.
He's trash.
Liability.
And it's sad that
but there's always a dumb owner out there that'll give you a bag. So I wouldn't
100% he's gonna get a bag.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just sad that a guy that's shooting
Detroit.
34% from the three, we're calling, super trash. But it's just because of what you used to show us. Last year, you shot 10 threes, shooting 40%. Get it together. 22 points. You averaging
unacceptable.
You can barely score 15 now. Can't make a layup.
And Draymond, bruh, if you really care not to make it a Steph topic, dog, y'all got to be better than that. He has done too much for y'all. For you to be acting like this. Now he's stuck out there with nobody. And I just think you owe it to your people to be better than that. Like, Paul Gasol would never do something like that to Kobe. Like, D-Wade, AD, you wouldn't make just flagrantly dumb decisions to hurt the team.
He's been doing this for the past almost decade. He's not like it's nothing
That's
new.
the problem. Because Steph is not a vocal leader, he has not been able to hold Draymond accountable.
He's not checking him. I don't think.
Who do you think in this league could check Draymond or keep him intact?
You said he's the GOAT point guard. You're telling me that
Michael Jordan still couldn't.
Michael
Jordan couldn't control.
No.
Dennis Rodman.
Yes, he could. Well, I would say this. All I'm going to say is
he couldn't.
Well, let me just say what I got to say. Let me say what I got to say.
He managed him.
Steph isn't managing Draymond, but let me just say this. I watched the
Dennis
documentary.
Never did anything that
too. And I watched the documentary. He did one thing and got ejected. And in the documentary, he said, and Michael Jordan said, he went up to Michael Jordan's room. He apologized without apologizing. They was here with it. And ever since then, the rest of the season, he was on the straight and narrow. Why can't Draymond do that?
You talking about the last season of The Last Dance. I'm talking about
it's not the last season of the Warriors' last dance. Klay Thompson contract is up. Draymond looked like he about to be out here. So this is the last dance for the Warriors. Right or wrong?
We agree. No, it's not. This is post Last Dance. This is over. They're not dancing. The knees are
they
shot.
Turn the lights off. They turn the lights on. The custodian is sweeping. Like, yeah,
they got to get them
packing up his equipment.
How long do you think Draymond going to be suspended, Ray?
And then you want to compound it, you bring in Chris Paul.
Hey, packing up, you rolling up the cables, everything. It's over.
We forgot Chris Paul's still on this team. Like,
I didn't forget.
Like, this is just really poorly run, really poorly managed and led.
No, I'm not going with that. This is on part of this is on Steve Kerr because he has not trusted those young guys.
No, I will give you that.
Minutes.
That's true. And
he
said
Moody, Kuminga.
Right.
He's playing his rookie. I don't know what his name.
Well, talent is, so I'm not going with
that. The rookie's hooping, but why couldn't you play Moody and Kuminga like this all these years? You playing his rookie. I don't know his name. He's hooping though.
It's this loyalty thing to Draymond and Clay. Moody and Kuminga are in positions that Clay and Draymond are in.
Well, now
move them.
It's Kuminga's time now because no Draymond Andrew Wiggins. I mean, it's sad when you were number
Wiggins,
one pick.
another one. Get
Wiggins
this
over
loser
under
outta
today.
here.
Hey, he
Listen
paid
to
him,
this.
though.
Wiggins
He hit a
was supposed to
wall.
be the second leading scorer on this team post Jordan Poole. Right now, Wiggins over under on FanDuel is 12 points. Your next leading scorer, they don't even think he can get 15 points.
The
You know how
hunger
bad that
wasn't
is?
there.
You know how bad that is?
Well, I mean, if your point guard got you easy, shots and layups, then
Like Chris
maybe
Paul does.
you'll
Chris
play
Paul was
better,
doing it. Chris Paul,
you know?
no Chris
Have
Paul,
you
no
seen their
Draymond.
shooting percentages?
Steph Curry
Have
gonna
you-
get about 10 assists tonight,
I'm
though.
just saying, I know Magic would get guys dunks and layups.
Yeah,
I don't.
Magic
Let's
played
not.
with
No.
8 Hall of Famers.
My,
You ain't gotta do that.
I'm not charging my laptop because I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about stuff. I'm gonna let it die if we keep talking about stuff and Magic Johnson. Okay.
I had to throw one in there. I couldn't help myself.
Because man, I need you at your keyboard, Dev. I don't even want to throw no shots because there's no sounds, man. I'm gonna just wait.
Sounds great.
But how long do you think he should get suspended though? Before we talk about Ja Witt,
I'm gonna say 10.
I'm saying 20 plus.
20 plus.
Yes, John. I see a comment. Kaminga is going to step up. Kaminga is having a
But he
good
needs the
year.
minutes.
Yeah, he's been getting some inconsistent minutes, because sometimes there's no Wiggins and no Draymond he plays, and then they come back, and then you got Sarge playing as well. He's playing a lot of that 4 or 5 minutes. But I do think it's Kaminga's time. They're about to see why. I'm a huge fan of Kaminga, how he's been playing this year. He's working on his jump shot. He's a serviceable shooter now. I remember that was the big issue with Kaminga coming in, that he couldn't shoot. Well, now he's shooting them through with confidence. And, and you got to respect it because that's something Draymond isn't doing. So once he just, gets used to the minutes he's playing, listen, Kaminga, Moody, not saying they're going to be, Hall of Famers, but you got two serviceable pieces to where let's go try to win something.
And I got one more thing to say before we go.
Go ahead.
Off this topic.
Mm-hmm.
There was a panelist here that kept throwing shots about leadership. Let me tell you, based on what I'm seeing in Washington, there was a lot of leadership in Golden State. This Jordan Poole character, I didn't see none of that. So somehow, some way, they was able to keep
Jordan Poole has been a trip. Oh my God.
Jordan Poole is a different breed, dog.
You go to see him play live yet?
My goodness, y'all guys go check out my clip about Jordan Poole, yo. I got a clip called Pity Pool. Oh my goodness.
Send in the chat, man.
I gotta see that. I gotta see that. Kitty.
Nah, I'm gonna wait for the tickets. I'm sure I can look. You can probably get some great tickets for really cheap. So one of these days, I'm gonna probably go up there.
Or just buy them up buy the nosebleeds and walk on down.
That's what I'm about to do.
Usher ain't gonna stop you.
No, they're not.
Nah, it's a little tense in the city right now. I don't want to try nobody.
I remember when the Sixers were still when they were bad and then get on the cusp being good again, man. You get them up top tickets halftime. I used to walk down. Ooh, that was the good old days. Can't do that now. Or you still kind of can.
Sucks. I think you have to start Kaminga because
now
I think you have to because you got to get this guy ready to play. Like
is
this
Sarge
is what I'm going
starting
through right now.
No, I think you should start him, but I think they might start. They might start Sarge. I gotta see. I do like the combo of Kaminga, Sarge, Moody, Curry, and I mean the rookie. That's probably I think that's their best lineup. If I'm being honest, that might be their best lineup right now. No Klay Thompson, no Andrew Wiggins. The rookie's playing hard. He's looking fearless.
Bring Klay off the bench and let him get going against the second unit guys.
The thing is, but the bad thing is you don't have Chris Paul that gives him easy
question
shots.
For you guys.
He can't get his own shots. Go ahead, Ray.
If you're Chicago, do you trade for Klay Thompson expiring contract?
No, you don't. Why? Why even? I mean, I mean, the thing with Chicago is
pieces. If you had another two, I'm sorry, Chris. If you had another two pieces. If you had another two pieces and you are one piece away that in free agency have that big three, then yes. But they're more than that. They're not that close. They need
I'm with you.
They're 3 pieces away.
For Klay Thompson, you can get Klay Thompson and a young player or two for Zach LaVine.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah, you can.
But my issue is I think They missed their window, and the only reason they missed their window is sadly due to injuries of Lonzo Ball. That's the only reason why they missed their window. And I think they keep trying to hold on. We've been saying it on this show, balling up for ever since he got hurt and he kept not he wasn't coming back. We've been saying blow this team up, and now it's too late because I don't think you're going to get the same price you would for Levine or Vucevic or DeMar DeRozan. You're still going to get some good pieces, but I think it's time for them to blow it up and hit a major reset. There's no point of giving nobody a big bag in the all season. I love what Kobe White's doing. He's finally getting the time. I remember when he was drafted, I was a huge fan of him coming out of college, and I seen what he's doing tonight. 12.7 assists at halftime. But they're guard heavy still. They don't have a lot of forwards. Patrick Williams, to me, I'm gonna call him a bust. I'm calling him a bust. Vucevic and Drummond you just got old players on your team and you're not good. So it's time for you to blow it up. You can get back so much for what you have on that team.
They got pieces
they have more than pieces, man. They have guys that will go to teams and get them over the top. I'm talking about starters and bench players. So it's time for you to blow it up, and you need to get a GM that knows how to draft, because I don't like Chicago's drafting over the past few years. I don't understand drafting the dude Ayo out of Illinois. Not saying he's a bad player, but you were already guard heavy. I don't see how you really improved your team unless you trade away Caruso at the break. Then
but then you signed Caruso after drafting.
I know. So it just they're backwards, but it's time for them to blow up. You think Clay would go to another team, play with Luka? I mean, right, the way Clay looks right now, Clay can only play with a true point guard that's going to get him easy shots, because he can't do nothing to create his own shot. Or he's going to play within an offense that is not a lot of. It's either super ISO when you got guys like a Luka, you got a guy like LeBron, or you need to go to a team with a real offense.
I don't even think he can guard like that no more to even be a 3.
Oh, no. He's not a 2-way no more. So it's either you're going somewhere where you're going to get spot up shots, or you're going somewhere with a lot of motion in the offense so you can come off a pin down or something like that. But he can't create his own shot. So he needs to go somewhere with a point guard that's getting 8 to 10 assists. Go come off the bench for Jokic.
No, I'm not messing with the Magic. Magic got something rolling. I'm not.
Yeah, they got defenders out there. You don't want to mess with those defenders. And I know, let the record say, I said I love the Magic. I was just mad that they did something. Like, I'm just mad at those draft picks. Not saying they're bad players.
What I say about the draft picks?
I mean, they're not really doing nothing. They're not making an impact.
You're right.
I mean, I say Jet Howard. I think that's the one he's starting right now because Fultz has been banged up.
Question mark.
Yeah. So he's been Well, Suggs been playing decent this year. Suggs and Anthony, they're just they're just a team that's guard heavy again, which is okay. But they're rolling. Shout out to Ben Carroll and Wagner.
Difference maker. And Markelle Fultz as well, resurrecting his career after Philly tried to take him out.
Stop playing, man. We didn't try nothing.
All right, y'all. Yeah,
that's the story. You sticking to it?
Fultz and Simmons.
I was a believer. Well, let it be known that I was a believer in both. I was a believer in Fultz, and to me, he's not a bust. I don't care what nobody else in Philly says.
He was a bust for y'all. I don't think he's a bust for his career. I think he's turned it.
Not even. I think everybody keeps saying Tatum. Shout out to Tatum. Not going to downplay what Tatum is, but he was the number one pick for a reason. Go back and do your homework on what he was doing in college. He was a 6'4" Damian Lillard that was a little bit more athletic and had more potential in defense. Think Philly looked better this year? Yeah, I haven't talked about the Philly and the Sixers all year. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. I'm not surprised at what Maxey is doing.
Back-to-back MVP coming?
I don't know. I mean, I'll say he's playing the minutes and he's playing, as long as he doesn't get hurt.
He ain't getting no back-to-back MVP this year.
Why not? What if he lead the league in scoring? Again, he averaged double-digit rebounds.
I don't think that's going to be enough. He
I
gonna have to.
mean,
He gonna have to put. He gonna have to put Philly at number one. Hold
that,
Philly at number one. He gonna have to beat. He gonna have to beat Milwaukee. He gonna have to beat Boston. He gotta show consistency because, like once again, like I said, I'm an Embiid fan, but what have he elevated in?
I mean, yeah, but you know that's not what goes into voting for MVPs. Now we not about to sit
Only
up
the
there.
first part.
We
That
not,
playoff
yeah,
don't
we
matter.
not, yeah.
Yeah.
All I care about, I don't care about the MVP to be honest, which would be nice. I mean,
Nah, he
if
need
he
that.
leads the team, if he leads the league in scoring, their top 3 seed, and he's checking a lot of boxes. I mean, he's going to make an argument, but I truly don't care about the MVP. I don't care about the regular
He
season.
needs MVPs if he wanted to be in that top 5 conversation.
No, I don't care about that neither. He shouldn't care about that. He should care about the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely care.
I mean, he cares, but
Definitely.
let me rephrase. He cares, I care, but then again, I don't. I want to care about the playoffs. I don't care, but like the
But
MVP
that's how
is
he
cool.
gets in that conversation is the playoffs.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying like MVP. For me as a Sixers fan, I love what I'm seeing. I want to see us keep improving, but I want to skip to the playoffs. Do you think? No. They showing their true talent, their true nature. I told you that the Mavericks are going to be better. Wait when Kyrie comes back because he was hooping. When Kyrie comes back, they're going to go on a run. I like what they have in there defensive wise, but I don't like how Jalen Green is playing. To me, Jalen Green is just a person out there. He should be
You do
used
know
as their killer.
Houston's 12-9.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
Just so
When Kyrie comes back, the Mavericks are going to go on that run. Just watch.
okay. And I mean Dallas is 3rd, so I respect that.
I just think that Houston.
They're not making the playoffs for the play-in, Houston. So
I think
Not making the play in.
I think they make the play in. I give them the play in because Houston has matured. Houston has matured since the beginning of the season. No, they can't beat top contender teams.
They're only going to get better if they stay healthy.
That's what I was going at. You know what I mean? Because number one, health. You see, Van Vliet was in and out the lineup in the beginning of the season, and they had to really depend on their youth instead of that veteran leadership. And for them to lean on their youth and still to be 12-9 in the beginning of the season, that goes a long way. Because you got to sit here and remember, when Coach Udoka was with Boston, this is around the same time when Boston started peaking.
I'm gonna stand on what I said. They're not making a play in. And I like what they having over there, and they are getting better. I would like to see Jalen Green again get used more as their killer on the wing. It's some nights where he's the 5th leading scorer on that team. He's taking 5 to 7 shots. I don't understand it. It wins them games. I love Segun. I said Segun was going to be this when he was drafted. The article's out online. I'm not surprised at what he's doing. I love the roster. I just don't think. Well, I got to stand on my predictions. That's why I'm not saying they're making a play in. That's why I'm saying they're not making a play in. But I love what they're doing, though. 100%. There's no hate in my blood. Sorry that the other Thompson twin is in the G League right now. But hey, man, when you got a roster,
at least that G League team doing better with the Pistons is actually doing.
Oh man, listen. Well, the twin that's on the Pistons is to me one of the best young defenders in the game right now. And when you're in the league, and to me, when guys say, man, once he gets a jump shot or once he develops his offensive game, he's going to be a nightmare. I think that's the best thing to do because I feel like that's easier to work on or develop good habits than becoming a defender. You know, guys we've been saying, oh, they need to play a little bit harder on defense, and they just don't change. But when you got a guy that's a lockdown defender and he just has to work on the jump shot, which he's shooting, so it shows you he has confidence. Oh, the sky's the limit for him. I think Monty Williams is going to butcher that team. Shout out to Ray for saying that Monty was one of the problems in Phoenix. You were right, and it's showing.
We all said Monty was the problem.
Yeah, but now
he didn't have no more control of his team no more.
It's just like, man, they're on a 21 game losing streak, and he's partially to blame.
No, he's a lot to blame.
He's a lot to blame. Where's Ivy at? Where's the GM? You got too many players on the team.
You want to know why we gotta blame Monty? Where's the development at?
Yeah,
you telling me you can't develop none of these young players? At least 2 of these young players.
You like Yeah, that's bad. These guys are getting better because they're just great. Kate Cunningham, we're just seeing what we already knew he was going to be. And then you got a lot of vets on that team. But, I mean, I'll say Killian Hayes looks better to me this year. But, I mean, you drafted Ivy. What do you have 4 or 5 point guards on your team for? So I don't want to see him develop. I want to see Asor Thompson develop. Or I want to see Duran develop. I want to see all these other
We
guys
know one
develop.
person. We know one person is not going to develop because he a big man. James Wiseman.
Oh yeah, I mean he's not playing. He's not playing. You got Duran and Stewart. Those two
It's
guys
not
Bust.
even.
are
It's
that.
not even just that. It's just that. Remember, Monty couldn't even get Aiton motivated to play in games and stuff like that. So we already know that he ain't gonna get Wiseman motivated to play either.
He's not a motivator. You gotta want it. He old school, and that's why I think Isaiah Stewart is thriving because Isaiah Stewart's a baller.
Isaiah also is the guy that be trying to fight all the time. But real quick,
Yeah,
let me ask this real quick, and then I
he
gotta
on
go
his
do
Draymond,
the
he on
Chargers.
his Draymond tip.
He is on his Draymond situation. Do you think James Wiseman not being able to play in college really hindered his career? Because I think that's a big reason why he struggled and he's going to continue to struggle and may not be able to blossom.
Bum.
I think it's him not being able to play in college and him just going straight to the league. I think that hurt him. Some guys aren't
Bum.
ready to go straight from high school to the league.
Bum.
I'm not. I know he's a bum. I was just asking the question, right? That can't be issue in
Honestly,
the question.
I think that he should have stayed in college to develop
No, he
more.
went. Oh,
No,
played through the
because if he would have
suspension.
stayed in college, we would have saw he was a bum and he wouldn't have went number one.
All
You
right.
know what I mean? I think he really should have stayed in college and show more.
The same
Like
way I
you
saw
said,
Aiton in college. He was a bum.
yeah. But Greg Oden wasn't a bum in college, but look how he turned down in the NBA though.
That's because he was hurt. It wasn't because he can't play. These guys are healthy.
I'm glad you brought up Aiton. So we had this discussion in the chat. We're gonna put it out there to the people.
Please do.
Uh-oh.
Miles Turner and DeAndre Ayton, are they the same player? Yes or no?
No.
It's to the
Yes.
people. We know what you say.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of leaning towards a yes.
I'm saying an emphatic yes.
Because Miles
And
Turner
at least 8 rebounds.
Miles
Wow,
Turner
yeah.
doesn't
You do
change.
remember the initial conversation was y'all thought it was offensive for Miles Turner to be traded for DeAndre Ayton when I said that? That's how it started. Y'all wasn't talking about they were similar. Ayton
No,
was
you
better
said
than
he was
Miles
better.
Turner. Y'all said Ayton was better than Miles Turner. And I said that's
And
a
you
joke.
said Miles Turner was better than Ayton.
He is better.
No. You're the same guy.
Not even close.
No.
Same guy.
Ayton is a non-factor everywhere he goes.
Same guy. Miles Turner is soft. He got bullied. AD was bullying him. He ain't want no smoke with AD. He went down out the tunnel like he was about to start crying.
You know, but that's the funny
out.
thing, Kenny. You'll focus on him playing against arguably one of the top 3 big men in the league and ignore that his team went 6-0.
So
they won all their playing games. He was an integral part.
Championship. What are you talking about?
He was an integral part of them getting to the championship. Ayton's never been integral to anything of success.
Now we're just lying.
What has he done? He got benched in the playoffs. He got sent home in the finals.
That was one game.
You want to talk about somebody getting embarrassed? Do you remember what Joker was doing to Ayton in the playoffs when it really mattered?
We're talking about you talking about one game.
You talking about one game.
So
Miles
that's why
Turner
I said
had one bad. You can't point to another bad Miles Turner game.
That's why they said what? I got to talk to a whole season. He can't even stay healthy. What are you talking about?
I said a bad game. You bringing up AD outplaying him. Wow, shocker. AD outplayed Miles Turner. Who don't AD outplay?
A lot
what
of
are we
people.
talking
He don't
about?
show up every night.
What are we talking about? DeAndre Ayton gets outplayed everybody by nobody's.
Okay.
Nobody's even talking about DeAndre Ayton.
To the people,
Nobody,
out to
most
the
people,
people.
if you ask where's DeAndre Ayton right now, most people don't even know where he's playing.
Are they the same? Or Miles Turner and DeAndre Ayton the same guy? You can put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments.
So
I'm
we
letting
got
y'all know
video.
now. I'm putting a short out tonight. Who the people gonna choose? I'm letting y'all know now. I'm gonna put it out and I'm gonna tag both of y'all. So
Please
And
y'all
I
do.
the
pray they're on Kenny's side, because if they're on my side, that means I might be wrong.
Please do. They're
DeAndre
the same
trash.
guy. Their motor runs hot and cold. Miles Turner motor runs hot and cold, just like DeAndre Ayton. They're the
You
same
are
guy.
bugging. The Chargers just fumbled again. They're awful. Absolutely awful. Suckers. The Pacers went from trying to trade Miles Turner to giving him an extension because he earned it. DeAndre Ayton, they couldn't wait to get him out of there. And Portland already want him out of there.
Time out. Phoenix gave him an extension too. He gave him
Thank you.
gave him the max. He gave
Thank
him
They,
the max.
they
now.
did it. They matched
Thank
an
you.
offer. They didn't even extend him the offer. They got
Thank
their
you.
hand
And the
forced.
Pacers extended him the offer that he matched, so they didn't want Turner. What are you talking about?
I bet they, and what I say, I said 2 years ago, I bet they're very
Did the
happy they didn't make
Pacers
that deal.
extend the offer to DeAndre
You think
Ayton?
today they're trading Miles Turner for DeAndre Ayton
No,
today?
just answer my question. Did the
What was the
Pacers
question?
make the offer to DeAndre Ayton? Yes or no?
Yes, it was a mistake. I said that.
Why would they do that if they believed in Miles Turner? Arrest my case.
Did you hear the
Let's
part
move
where
on.
I,
Let's
Kenny,
move on.
Kenny.
I rest my case.
so here's what Kenny doesn't do. He doesn't listen. I literally just said they went from trying to trade Miles Turner to him earning his way back. I just said that. So the point you thought you just made, you didn't make. Because I already said it was a mistake. They were trying to trade him.
Because as soon as they had an opportunity, they tried to replace him.
No, they didn't. He's there now. They could have had Ayton.
Because Ayton, they matched. Because Phoenix matched the offer. If they didn't match, Miles Turner would have been out of there. So what are you talking about?
They did match. So that means Ayton was there. If they wanted him, they could have still went and got him because Phoenix still traded him. He was still available.
Right, but once they matched the,
But they didn't want him.
Okay. So they just made him an offer just
They
for,
realized
just for
once
fun.
Miles Turner came back, as I
They
keep
just made him
saying,
an offer just for
he
fun. Okay.
earned
That's the
his
story.
way back.
Got it.
His play got him back in the rotation.
Right.
Like
Let's
John
say-
said,
let's say
Ayton's
they have no other
Ayton's
choice.
a
Let me put
screen
this guy
setter.
back out here.
He's a screen setter. And now answer my question. Do you
Wait,
really
wait.
think today Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers are trading Miles Turner for
No.
DeAndre Ayton today?
Let me
They-
cut you off real quick.
Sure.
First
Yes
off,
or no? Are they trading for him today? Straight up.
first off,
The answer is no.
Miles Turner was going to be up out of here if
Thank
Phoenix
you.
didn't match that offer. That's a
Thank
fact.
you.
We just
That's what
we
I
already
said.
established that.
Okay, my fault. I came in a little late.
I said they wanted to get rid of Miles Turner, and he earned his way back. That
And
is what happened.
they literally had no other option.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you,
How
no,
did they
Chris.
not have another option?
Once Ayton,
Thank you, Chris.
once the Phoenix Suns
All
matched
right,
that offer,
Logic.
and he was going back to Phoenix, there was no other center for them to go out and get.
Chris, is DeAndre Ayton still in Phoenix?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Is DeAndre Ayton still in Phoenix?
They didn't want to trade for him. They wanted to sign him. They didn't want to trade for him. They wanted to sign him.
It would have been the same thing. You're getting rid of one to bring in the other. It's almost the same as a trade.
Don't cost you no pieces to sign them. It costs
Exactly.
you pieces to trade.
You're trading Miles Turner. You're not giving up any other pieces.
You think the Suns would have did Miles Turner for DeAndre Ayton straight up?
I think they're kicking themselves that they didn't do that deal right now.
The Suns?
Yes.
Oh, they're better off right now. You're tripping.
Thank you.
Nurkic is playing
I
amazing
could
for
throw
them.
Nurkic in there too. Matter of fact, all three of them. I could throw them all three of them in the same boat.
Nurkic is playing amazing right now.
He's so amazing that the Pacers are 13-9 and Phoenix is 13-11.
Yeah, I mean when Kevin Durant's playing most of those
That's
games,
even more of an indictment on your guy Miles Turner.
and you
talking
traded
about
for
him like
Bradley
he's
Bill, and Bradley Bill played about
The
3
Pacers being
games this year.
13-9 is an indictment because people thought that they would be
And
better
you
than
said
the
he's
Heat.
better. You said he's better. They have the
People
worst
thought they were going to be
defense in
better than the
league.
Knicks coming into this year?
They have the worst.
You
defense
had the
in league.
Pacers ahead of the Knicks coming into this year?
Your
Because that's where they
guy-
currently are.
Can I finish? Your guy at the 5 is the backbone of the worst defense in the league. Just let that sink in.
Are they better than the Knicks?
Why are you changing the subject? We talking about Ayton and Miles Turner.
Right. Miles Turner has his team better than your Knicks.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It does. He's contributing to a team that's better than your team.
I wasn't, and that's up for
He was
debate, too.
he was the backbone of the team in the in-season tournament championship.
Yeah, he was the backbone and got his back cracked.
And where was y'all at? Where was everybody else at? Where was Ayton at? Where was Phoenix at? Where was the Knicks at? Not there. Not there. Not there.
I'll say it again. We could throw it in the, and we're gonna see when Dev makes the reel or makes the
You
short.
want to put all these things on
They're
points.
the
What about
same
Ayton?
guy?
One guy had his team.
And Turner are the
I'm
same
sorry.
guy. The only difference is
Because-
that Miles Turner has a little more range. He can shoot it out to the
Can
3
somebody
ball.
tell me what Portland's
They're the
record is
same
right
guy.
now? What is DeAndre Ayton doing in Portland right now? Can somebody tell me their record? Anybody? Hello?
They suck.
You looking at the
Hello?
talent, so you want to compare the
I'm
talent level of
calling DeAndre Ayton in
are you
Portland.
going, so you're saying, hold on, you're saying the talent level of Portland and Indiana is similar? Is that what you're saying?
How many? Let's one.
No,
Yes.
no.
First
Answer my
off,
question.
yes. First off, you're talking Jeremy Grant. You're talking Shaden
It's a
Sharp.
simple question. Are they similar? Yes or
I'm
no?
literally making my point. If you let me finish,
Okay, go ahead.
Jeremy Grant, your boy DeAndre Ayton, Shaden Sharp, Scoot Henderson,
Young.
Anthony Simons.
Young.
That's a lot of talent. That's a lot of talent.
Young.
You asked about
You gotta
talent.
stop-
Now,
you got veteran talent.
Name me
Okay.
Indiana's talent. Name me
Buddy
Indiana.
I do. You want to? Oh, go ahead.
Buddy Hield, Halliburton.
Young.
Macron.
Halliburton is 4 or 5 years in the league.
That's
What are you talking
young.
about? He's not
Is
as
he?
young as
He's
Shaden
probably
Sharp.
under 25.
And
Under
you
25
talking
ain't
about
young.
first and second year guys as opposed to, come on, no.
You
Matter of
did
fact, I
that.
think he's 6 years in Halliburton.
Jeremy Grant ain't young.
That's the only one.
DeAndre
All
Ayton
of
ain't
them
young. By your
young.
standard, Ayton ain't young.
He's 5 years in the league.
So we're saying the same thing. We're comparing talent, right?
Who has more talent, Indiana or Portland?
I named my 5. Name yours.
I said who has more talent, Indiana or Portland?
Can
Indiana.
I answer since y'all? Can I just be the unbiased guy?
Hey,
Please.
If I'm being honest, I do think Indiana has more talent overall. When I look at the rosters, top to bottom, you got Simons, you got Shaden Sharp, yes, Brogdon, yes, Grant,
I
yes,
forgot Brogdon was there.
but Ayton, yes, they have a good starting 5. But once you go past starting 5, Indiana has a good roster. You got Macron, you got Obi Toppin, you got Bruce Brown, you got
Listen.
Miles Turner. I think overall Indiana has
Miles
a better
Turner's
roster.
getting there. Matisse Thybulle's also there. Robert Williams is also important.
Robert Williams is hurt. Matisse
Don't-
Thybulle, I'll be honest.
Don't forget about
Matisse
Mathurin.
Thybulle, I'll be honest, coming from a Sixers guy, he I don't even
He's
know if
just
he
a
sees
defensive
the,
player.
he might not
Obi
see the
Toppin.
floor.
Don't forget
You see what
about
Obi Toppin's doing right now?
And where's he doing it at?
Indiana.
With
Don't
Miles
forget
Turner.
about the kid from Arizona.
Because he was in New
Macron-
York.
Macron's
It
the
looked like
bucket.
this in New York with
Macron,
Julius
I'm-
Randle and Mitchell Robinson.
I mean, who looks like this in New York? No offense to you, Kenny, but
No,
you're
he
only
keep
going to
on
get about
trying to change. He's trying to switch it up. We talking about these
nobody's
two
truly
kids
thriving
trying
in
to
New York.
y'all
except for
still
their
ain't.
top
Y'all named me
guys.
like 4 Pacers. Where's the rest of
We
them?
named like 6 or 7.
I named you like 7 guys, and I could have
Yeah,
kept going.
come on.
No, you didn't. What 7?
You ready?
Mathurin, Buddy Hield, Halliburton, Bruce Brown, Nesmith.
Nesmith, Aaron Nesmith. That's where we going.
He's.
The
I
kid
mean,
can play.
you name Matisse Thybulle.
Obi Toppin.
You name Matisse Thybulle.
Right.
Y'all is tripping.
Thank
Jordan
you, son.
Nwora,
Put
Ben
him in there.
Shepard, Jalen Smith,
I
Jarrett
just told
Walker,
you,
Isaiah Wong.
Outside
That's the roster.
of the top 5,
That's
That's
the
the
rest of
bottom.
the roster. TJ McConnell.
solid point guard. But
And Portland is 6 games, and
talent
Indiana has double the games. Are we saying they got
Okay.
double the talent?
Suggs, in your opinion, who has the better roster?
I mean, look at the
Pacers
record. Does
or Portland?
the record doesn't reflect? I'm confused.
That's my point. If Ayton was so good, you're acting like the talent is vast. It ain't.
No, we just said it's
How
better.
did this turn into DeAndre Ayton rant? Did we, like, what topics did we skip over? We're done talking about Ayton. We're done talking about Ayton.
Talking about Miles Turner.
Did we even talk about John Wick suspension? Did we even talk about John Moran suspension?
Not even the same guy.
How are we on DeAndre Ayton?
Hey,
let's move
Chris,
on.
All I said was that DeAndre Ayton and Miles Turner are the same guy. That's all I said.
How do we even get here?
Because I said DeAndre Ayton and Miles Turner are the same guy and said them all.
Pacers has a slightly better bench.
Did we talk about John Morant? Did I miss that?
Go ahead, Chris. Lead us through it.
Jeez, man. At the end of the day, Joel Embiid's better than both those guys. Now, to talk about John Morant, his situation. Like I said, when John Morant comes back, that first game, I will be going on FanDuel, putting $100 on him to score 40 points. Yes, I will be doing that. John Morant, when I look at the Grizzlies right now, they're not the same Grizzlies. You know, I'll say this. Everybody used to say, the Grizzlies so good without John Morant, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. Now we're seeing them actually have to play without John Morant, and they suck. They're trash. They're trash. Outside of Bane, outside of Derrick Rose, outside of
Derrick Rose trash.
He's a role player. Slow your roll. Outside of Jaren Jackson, yes, Marcus Smart's hurt. Well, even when he was playing, they were trash. I can't wait to see him come back and be electric. If you talk about
Derrick Rose's knees the most disappointing knees in sports?
No.
Penny Hardaway.
Yeah. When you it's probably people worse than that, if we're being honest. But when you talk about
that robbed him of reaching it, because he did get an MVP.
Derrick Rose got the MVP.
He made the finals, didn't he? Didn't he make the finals?
He never made the finals, but he got MVP.
Yeah, no, he made the finals.
When
they beat by the Rockets, they got swept.
I thought we was talking about D Rose.
No,
Penny made the finals, and he had some good playoff runs, even with Phoenix and all them.
And he has much better shoes.
Yeah, yeah. But
keep going.
Back to this, they're trash. But when it comes to John Morant and his situation, it's over and done with. The season started in October. It's December, so it's like that's almost 2 months without John Morant. And the reason why it's affecting a lot of people and affecting the NBA is when I look at faces of the NBA, I think he has a clear-cut chance of being the next face. When I really sit up and I'll talk about how he plays, how electric he is, how he makes everybody around him better, how he improved his game from when he came into the league to now. John Morant has a serious argument of being one of the next up. So it's all about him winning now. But I think this year is just going to be about him shutting up the naysayers. So if they win, that's great. But I think this year, for the rest of the season, he might average 30 and 10. I think he's on a mission. Yes, I do. I think he can average that. He can average the 30. It's just the 10 assists. Averaging 30 is not going to be hard. But I like him, Bane, and Jaren Jackson. Other than that, I don't like the roster at all. They're missing so many guys. They're missing Adams. But this is going to be a flush-it season for the Grizzlies. I wonder if they own their picks. Hopefully they can get a decent pick next year or make some moves. But John Morant, his suspension, uncalled for. Did he do anything illegal? Everybody has their opinion. I think maybe, it could have been less. At the time, I wanted him to get suspended more because I was just so upset and frustrated on how are you doing this? Why are you on live doing this? When I sat back and thought about it, you got guys, which you're going to talk about later, doing illegal things or, alleged doing illegal things. And all you did was get on live. And all you did, was do things that, sadly, but other people do. You didn't do nothing illegal. 25 games could have been extreme. I think they were trying to prove a point, and they were trying to, use him to prove that point. And so that's why I think it's just going to be a revenge season for John Morant this year. Glad he's going to come back. Looking, back then I wanted him to get suspended for these amount of games, but after I cooled off and thought about it, he could have did 10 to 15.
False. And I think that's why we're going to see Draymond get the suspension he got. Repeat offenders is different. And you was flagrantly repeating with the same problem. Like you didn't even do
But I
something
think we're
that was
talking
dumb.
the difference between a punch and guns, though. Like that's why I'm not sure if he gets this as severe, because in the past we've seen guys throw punches and get maybe 5, maybe 10 games at the most. So I think he's probably gonna get between 10 and 15. I don't think he gets 20 to 25.
No. I'm just saying the reason I think John Morant's suspension was what it was because he was a repeat offender. Just
Right.
Draymond's is going to be longer because he keep
Okay,
repeating.
got you. We agree.
Contrast that with Josh Giddey's situation. My issue is if you're going to say let's go, Devontae, let's go, finally, but you ain't scored a touchdown, sucker. If you're going to say we not going to make decisions typically unless the police investigation has been finished, I just think you dug yourself a heck of a hole. Like you went to an unnecessary extreme length to defend somebody that to me ain't worth defending. Like let the public outcry be what the public outcry is going to be. I'm watching Jonathan Majors go through it right now. I watched the video of him running down a New York street away from a woman, but they still took it to trial. Like he lost jobs because of that. But Josh Giddey didn't miss a game. Not a one. With that allegation, that's nuts. That's unacceptable. I think it's reprehensible. And that's shame on the media, Malika Andrews included, for all y'all that ducked it and let it die. If this was Cam Newton or Michael Vick or Allen Iverson, we'd be hearing about it every day. But it's not. And that to me is disgusting.
And with the Me Too movement, it makes it even worse.
All of it. And she a little white girl.
We talking about Giddey now?
Yeah. Like these are my thoughts, not ASAP thoughts.
Yeah,
but
we might have some difference in opinions.
No, I welcome it. But that to me is crazy. You got to pick a side. If we let investigations play out, then John Morant shouldn't have missed no games. If that's the standard. Because he's still in court right now. So you can't be using any of the stuff he's on trial for against him because we don't do that. So then what are we doing?
But I think the only
Miles Bridges his situation got cleared up. He missed a year. You ain't let that investigation play out.
But I think your whole repeat offender thing is what makes the difference.
Bridges wasn't repeat offender.
No, I'm talking about with Ja, the fact that he had multiple incidents that made them have to that spurred them to make the decision that they did, where this is just they think it's an outlier for Giddey. I got a feeling that this may be just like the tip of the iceberg, but we'll have to wait and see. But no, I see your point.
In a world where P. Diddy is losing deals every single day, I don't want to hear it. Like, it's wrong. Go sit them. Y'all sit people down all the time. Y'all sent Kyrie home because he had mental health problems. And y'all crushed him for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to hear nothing. Greg Popovich, the fact you ain't spoke out when you love to speak out on stuff, that's a problem to me. Steve Kerr, you like to stick your head up and talk about stuff, you quiet now. All these people that's quiet that normally like to speak up, I have a problem with. What y'all scared of?
It's real.
If that is the standard, keep the standard. That's all I'm asking. I don't want him to be unjustly punished, but treat him like you treat everybody else when it's an allegation of this magnitude. And that's where I have a lot of problems. And I think it was amazing that the in-season tournament was happening when that happened, because it allowed them to drown it out with celebration of something else. But I know for a fact, if that was Kyrie Irving, if that story comes out with him being married and having kids and his history, it's covered completely different. And that's my issue. Chris, your turn.
Man, when this came out, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, somebody that he knows leaked this. Somebody that he knows leaked this, and I still got to do some research. I'm going to kind of watch what I say, but from some of my understandings, it was
Her TikTok.
yeah, no. I'm talking about the video from what I could be wrong because I stopped looking at it after a while because I didn't want the social media to influence my opinion. But the last couple of things when I was looking into it and I was hearing was that it was old. And this was something that the league and the Thunder may have known already if it was old. Also, they were saying that somebody that he knows and trusts put that video out there on social media. Now, I will say this. You were 100% right. If we're going to judge Kyrie and we're going to do everything to Kyrie and do everything to all these other players, keep that same energy. You know, keep that same energy. Oh, you don't want to punish him because what if he's wrong and he tries to do this and do that back to the NBA? I mean, when you have an allegation this severe, hey, sit out for a little bit. Let's just go through the motions and let's go through the investigations because man, you made Kyrie sit down for posting a link. You made John Moran sit for having a gun on Instagram Live. All things not illegal, by the way, and this is something that we can't even fathom of how terrible this would be if it was true or if it was the age difference we were seeing, and you just
I
allowed him
saw
to
what
go ahead
happened
and
with
play.
Kobe. I watched Kobe happen before social media.
I couldn't remember. I was a baby, but you see
That
all
man
these.
died, and they still brought up his allegation.
Oh yeah, no, that who did that? That was Gail King. Wasn't that her? What's her name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hate her. Hate's a strong word, but I would never support anything she does because of that. And all
She
these
wasn't the only one,
memes.
just for clarity, but
Oh yeah, I know, but that's the one that comes to my
yeah.
mind. I can remember that happened. It pissed me off. But being my age, and we hear all these people talk about, Mr. Malone and what Mr. Malone did, and we're seeing this now in 24/7 with Giddy. Now I'm going to do some more research before I say any other things. But correct me if I'm wrong. It came out that this video was old, and he was like 19 and she was 17 at the time.
I've heard different things.
Okay.
I've heard it was old. I've heard it wasn't old. I've heard it was in California. I heard it was somewhere else. I've heard her parents knew. I've heard her parents didn't know.
It's so much. It's a lot of I heard. That's what's.
I don't know. Assuming, and then I also heard it was recent, or it was old, but I think she was 16, and in the state of California, 16 is the legal age of consent. So there was something around that too, where it's tricky, and I haven't really heard.
Think somebody knew though. As far as I want to. As far as
I did hear that. I've heard that
or
part
the
too.
NBA. I wouldn't be surprised or shocked. Punch was terrible, but where's LeBron's season suspension? When he do that?
I think he's talking about Isaiah Stewart.
Oh man, Isaiah, man, been justified. I mean,
we kind of touched on it,
weight class,
but
I think your weight class.
Yeah, but I mean, to this Giddy situation is tricky. For I will say for national media, and Stephen A. Smith said, he said, but then you go ahead and you see Patrick Beverly bringing it up, just asking a question.
As he should have.
So it's all about people not being scared or afraid, or not being scared or afraid, just to ask the question. You don't have to get on on your platform and say, oh, he's this, oh, he's that, oh, he's this, he should be suspended, he should be kicked out of the league. It can still be an open discussion. How do you feel about the situation? What do you need to hear about the situation? We're not making we're not set up here and we're not making a decision on whether he plays or not. But as far as the media, y'all man, because I don't want to get started, but I'm going to get started because you brought up race. And then now I just really sat up here and thought about it. If he was black, there's no way in the world every single outlet wouldn't be talking about this right now.
because he's talented. That's the other part. It ain't like he's a no man.
He's talented. He can hoop. I think he's going to get phased out of this Thunder lineup soon, though. But he can hoop. But yeah, he can hoop. But man, I just remember how much they talked about, you know, and I said that we have to keep bringing him up. But the media and NBA did him dirty so much. I still feel bad how much they talked about Kyrie, how much they talk about all these other players when certain allegation comes up, you know, and they just keep bringing it up and they keep talking about it and they keep covering it, even when it's months old or even when it's so false. But they just want to create narratives. But when something is right here in front of your face,
oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm almost done. When something's right here in front of your face, now you don't want to talk about it. It just, and now you have reasons on why you don't. Oh, well, if it's wrong, he can sue. You were wrong about a lot of players, and that didn't stop you from sitting there talking about it. But now you don't want to talk about this.
The last person before I'll get out of this is even how they cover James Harden. James Harden don't really commit no crimes. He don't really do nothing wrong. He conducts business the way he chooses to conduct business. But you would think he's the worst person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like cancer, loser.
That's all.
And like I've been critical of James too, but when you start to put this stuff in perspective, like Miles Bridges lost a year.
Yeah.
And who knows how much money, like on an allegation. Nate told him, just go home.
Well,
I thought it was true. Yeah, I didn't think it was an allegation. Yeah.
They settled. He didn't get arrested. There was charges.
He pleaded no contest.
Huh?
He pleaded no contest, so I think that's a little different.
Okay. If you say so, but I really didn't like it at all. But I do want to get to we only got we freestyle, but it's cool. I do want to get to your fight topic. So Kenny posed the question, and if I get this wrong, let me know. But it's our favorite fight we never got a chance to see, or favorite fight you would want to see. Kenny, since it was your topic, I'll let you start. Maybe give Chris a chance to think a little bit more as well, and we'll get into it.
All right, so for the favorite fight that we never got a chance to see, mine is Riddick Bowe versus Lennox Lewis. That was the one that I believe a healthy, an in-shape Riddick Bowe would have put Lennox Lewis to sleep, because Lennox always had that suspect chin, and Riddick Bowe did have big power and skill to go along with it. I think his issue was staying in shape. You know, he liked to eat. The man had a fridge or a kitchen like on right next to his bedroom in his house, I believe, that he built. But yeah, that's the one that we never saw that I think that I wanted to see. I think is the best. And then the fantasy matchup for me is Floyd versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Like
you almost took mine. I was about to be mad at you, Kenny, but good job.
Okay.
I'm going in that round. But go ahead.
Yeah, Floyd versus Sugar. You know, speed and defense. I think Sugar had more power than Floyd, so I think that might have been the difference. But I think Floyd's defense was better than Sugar's, and Sugar's defense was elite. I think Floyd just had the best defense of all time, in my opinion. So that's the matchup I would have loved to see, and then Riddick Bowe versus Lennox Lewis.
Okay. I like him. Chris, your thoughts?
Well, a fight. Well, most of these fights were I wasn't even thought of probably, but if I'm answering her question correctly, a fight that I wish the people were able to see, you know, would have been Mike Tyson and George Foreman. I think that would have been a good fight.
Power on power.
Yes, power on power. And then it makes for a pay-per-view sales. I think that would have been a good fight. I still wouldn't have been alive to see it, but I'd be able to go on YouTube and watch it. And a fight I want to see. I want to see Draymond Green and Isaiah Stewart get it down. If I'm being honest, that's the fight I want to see. But I would have liked to saw John Jones and Anderson Silva,
Fair.
Switching it up. I would like to see Tank and Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Especially right now. They've been going at it today.
I heard it was
They've
some,
been talking crazy.
Getting spicy.
I heard there was some Twitter fingers that came out today.
It's getting spicy.
Dads, trainers, everybody included.
Yeah, it's getting spicy.
But yeah, man. The Draymond is Isaiah Stewart. I was dead serious about that. I would like to
That
see.
Holyfield Klitschko is an interesting one. I don't know if Holyfield could get inside of his Klitschko's reach.
Klitschko was a problem for a minute.
Yeah.
So I got two. The one I wish we would have saw. I would have wanted to see because they fought in this weight. He fought at this weight for a minute. I wanted to see Pacquiao Alvarez. I would be curious.
Canelo?
In 2014, when Canelo was right around maybe 2015, right after he fought Floyd, that Canelo versus that Pacquiao, I think would have been an interesting fight. Like their styles, I think would have been interesting. Canelo was still smaller. I think that would have been a really good fight. The other one that you almost took from me was Floyd, but I wanted to see him versus Purnell.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's why when you said plus, he's gonna say it, but because I was thinking, I thought you were ready to. But Floyd Purnell is the fight I would have loved to have seen.
And righty lefty, that's a good one.
Yeah. So I think those would have been obviously big box office hits, and there's a bunch you can include in there, but yeah, big fights coming up. End of this year, Wilder and Joshua are both fighting on the same night, and if they both win, they're scheduled to allegedly fight in March.
Yeah.
Teofimo Lopez said tonight he's basically set to fight someone for his title. I think
Amazon Prime, Ray. You want to talk about that too?
Yeah. Good. Thank you. And they're saying Tank Davis may be the first person on. He's him and Cruz 2. Maybe what kicks off Amazon Prime is what's been in the works if him and Haney can't get that together. So shout out to Amazon Prime for stepping in. As a Prime guy, that subscription's looking more and more
worth it,
valuable as long as they don't start jacking the price up like everybody else has been doing. But yeah, and there also is talks that Al Heyman also has something else coming for mainstream TV.
All right, good.
I saw a headline, or I'm sorry, not a headline. It was a tweet.
That's never happening, Damien.
Can we talk about how the Raiders are up 35-0 right now?
Yeah, I've been talking about it. You weren't listening? It's been nasty.
This is disgusting.
Nasty. But yeah. That is, we're almost at time. Did y'all have anything pressing y'all wanted to get to? I know there's a couple more topics, but I know we almost at the 2-hour mark.
No,
good.
Yeah,
I will say this: imparting another touch. I told y'all what was going to happen. The Raiders were going to score all these touchdowns, and Devontae Adams wasn't going to get one. Trey Tucker got it.
I actually do have something to say. Philly, the Eagles, man, y'all haven't beat the Seahawks in over a decade. Over a decade. Y'all lose on Monday. I dare y'all to lose on Monday. It's over. It's over.
Overreaction.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, no, we can't win the division or get the number 1 seed if we lose, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Kenny?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's over. Like, not over for us and our chances, but over for us to get the number 1 seed.
Too, so, we're in a tough stretch.
Bill Bieniemy will be the Chargers. I don't know, man. The Chargers are just Chargers are the Chargers. Hard to describe what they are, man. But this is just another national game being too terrible to watch.
You said what?
Another national game that's too terrible to watch.
42-0 at half. Crazy.
Oh, I'm
I know
glad
my
I didn't
boy
bother
probably was lit.
watching.
He
I
probably didn't
wasn't.
even stay up.
This is happening coming in. And the Winston Staley, whatever his name is, I hope you're renting, buddy. Either put your house on the market because you're
Time
gonna be
to
out of
go.
a job.
All the there's some good young coaches that hit, but there's a bunch that didn't. Anthony Lynn don't look so bad right now, even though
Right.
there was he
Ran
made it
him
hard.
out of town.
Pause
Yeah, that worked out.
for sure. But fellas, it was good, Coach. When do y'all playoffs start? What's kind of next for y'all season?
Oh no, we're on break for they're taking their midterms, so we're going to Tampa to play in a tournament on the 28th.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll just be practicing a couple of days. Of course you got Christmas, and then right after Christmas we hit the road.
Sounds good. Chris, what you got going heading to the holidays?
Spending time with the family. Probably going down Maryland for Christmas. Right
Down
now,
Maryland? Where you at?
I live in Delaware still, but Maryland. If I go to Maryland, I'm probably gonna be in Annapolis.
Okay.
Annapolis, I'm gonna be in the county.
Dang, I should have known that. I was just in Philly like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, man. I'm not going to Philly until one of my teams get a win, aka the team. The Sixers handling business right now. But every time I go to Philly, man, I just leave with disappointment.
No, I went to a Flyers game. It was really dope.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've been to. I haven't been to a hockey game. I've been in a soccer game, baseball, football, basketball, no hockey.
Well, it was a good time if you get a chance.
Oh wait, hold up, y'all. Let me give a shout out. Rest in peace to my aunt Shirley Edwards. Great lady, Baltimore's finest, great RN for many years. And she was just the life of the party. We used to hang out at her house and put crabs out and play cards and all of that good stuff. So rest in peace, Aunt Shirley. Rest in peace. This has been a tough year, man. My grandfather passed. My cousin passed unexpectedly in her sleep. So this year has been lifing, man. So rest in peace to all my family. Love y'all.
All thoughts and prayers to you, Kenny.
Appreciate
For
it.
sure. And you're right. Like it's been a lot. Not me directly, but a lot of people around me have had parents, and quite a few people I know got parents, grandparents, stuff going through. So I know holidays can be tough for people. Dev isn't on, but prayers to all y'all as y'all go through this time, that y'all can be maybe a time of unity, reflection, positivity. But definitely don't wish that on anybody. So keep your head up. Still hope the Cowboys lose all their games, but actually, Chris, you too. Hope y'all lose all y'all games.
Well, your season is over, so misery loves company. We get it.
Hey, we got it. All we care about is we got a new sports complex coming, baby. Capitals, Wizards coming to BA all day. Property values about to go up.
That ain't nothing but a new place for all your teams to lose. That's all.
Okay, well, at least it'll look good. Talk about it. Right on the water. Right next to Amazon, right next to the airport. Yeah, I was wrong, John. I was wrong. I think you missed my part earlier that how great of a leader Steph Curry was. We didn't realize how much of a clown Jordan Poole was. But yeah, it's been tough. I expected
that
more.
Reach there was all time great. Well, it was an all time great reach there, but continue.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's been disappointing. I don't love the coach, never really have, but I didn't. Did I say we was going to the playoffs? I might have said we was going to win the division. I think I did.
You're going to be a contender in the division. Yeah.
No, I think I said we was going to win it. I believed in Sam Howell, but I'm also said if we lose, I'm not upset, and I'm pretty confident we're firing our coach at the end of this year. Like if we don't fire him now, we should have fired him 3 years ago. I'd be right on this stuff. People don't be listening to me. We got to get rid of these losers out of these positions because it destroys franchises, as we're seeing with all the teams I care about right now. LeBron got it right. He dip out. He'll be waiting. But yeah, man, it's been tough. I don't, and that's my issue, John. We should have fired Ron before the bye. Give Eric the rest of the year, see how the players buy in, see
Let
how
him
he
start
runs.
getting his feet wet and getting his, finding his voice and all that. Yeah, I agree with you.
Because now what's going to happen, we're going to go into the offseason. We haven't seen him really do the job himself, and they're going to potentially make another excuse to hire somebody else because we haven't seen him do it. This is a failure of management, Magic included. Y'all should have fired this man. The season's over. The defense is atrocious. He was a defensive coach. He fired his D coordinator when we gave up 45, and the next week we gave up 45 again. Like, he's the problem. Why are we hanging on to him? We have bigger fish to fry. We need to see what our team looks like with a new regime, without Chase Young and Montez Sweat, and see what he does. And they just won't do it for reasons that are beyond me. And if they give the job to someone not named Eric, I'm going to be pissed. But I also could understand him not doing it because the excuse would be, we didn't really see him do it. And that would just be a tragedy. You have a Marvin. I think receiver is one of those dependent positions if you're watching the game tonight. That if you go to the right quarterback, it can change your career.
Yeah, it's definitely Harrison Jr. Yeah,
I think he's more talented.
Okay. Yeah,
but
I
ain't gonna hold you. Marvin Harrison shouldn't have been in that Heisman presentation. Just being honest, but he shouldn't have. And they got it wrong. I gotta say that. I respect Jalen Edwards. I forget his name, but you go 13-0, you beat Bo Nix twice, and you don't win the Heisman, and you're in the college football playoff. Michael Penix should have been Heisman by a landslide. And I get Jaden, I think Daniels' his name, is exciting, but that was wrong. That was wrong. You got to reward winning at some level. And he did it in a very tough conference. People don't talk about the Pac-12, but they had a good USC, Utah, Oregon, Colorado, for what it's worth, was in the Pac-12. And there was a couple more, Oregon State. Like, there was good teams in the Pac-12. Yeah. And they beat them all. And they beat them all pretty good. That was wrong. But shout out to Jaden Daniels. Like, good for you, but that was a robbery. That was a Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant moment. And that's disappointing. All right, I'm done. What y'all got? And then we can go.
Man, everybody, we should be back next week for a couple of more shows before we break for the holiday. Oh, and I do got one last Christmas music episode coming out on next Friday, and then that's going to be it for the audio. And we're rolling everything through Minds of Creativity channel, so it'll just be video only for them to keep it.
Respect. Congratulations to new things. And y'all fellas have a great evening. Stay safe and enjoy y'all weekend. We out.
And the keys, tempo, hey time, let's go.
We bring that real talk when it comes to sports.